We are so thrilled to welcome government ministers and the Prime Minister to Nain, Nunatsiavut for our annual meeting with the Prime Minister. This is a long time in the making, and I've been inviting the Prime Minister to my hometown of Nunatsiavut since 2015. So I'm glad that you're finally here, and this is the first time that a sitting Prime Minister has visited Nunatsiavut. So this is a momentous day for the people of Nunatsiavut. Prime Minister, it shows your and your government's willingness to come to us in the spirit of reconciliation and also in the practicality of the work that we do. So today in our ICPC meeting, we will be getting down to business and working on such important issues such as our ongoing work on the United Nations Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous Peoples implementation, and a much larger piece of legislative agenda that we have with a number of different topic areas. And then we also have our ongoing work on health and wellness, on housing, on defense and security, on a number of different issues, that 14 in total, that we have jointly agreed to that are our priorities for the work and their associated work plans. We also today, for the first time, have done an evaluation of our Inuit-Crown Partnership process. And we will be hearing from the evaluators and taking stock of the lessons learned and also celebrating the successes of this body, as it now has been since 2017 that we have been meeting together regularly. So again, thank you very much for coming to Nain, Nunatsiavut, and we look forward to having a productive meeting here today.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, Natan, for your welcome. You have been asking me to come up here for a long time, and I'm so glad that I'm able to be here now, but not just visiting, as I'm looking forward to seeing everyone at the community feast a little later, but actually getting some real work done. And I think that that is really important. So much of reconciliation, as we talk about, involves not just figuring out all the answers in Ottawa, but making sure that we're figuring them out in partnership with people right across the country, and doing the work here and seeing this beautiful part of the world is incredibly important as we move forward. Johannes, thank you for your welcome as well. It is so good to see you here around this table, and I'm really pleased as well to see so many ministers here and so many leaders from across Inuit Nunangat. Also really important for me to bring my son, Hadrian, for its time I get to spend with him in cool helicopter rides and traveling with him. But it's also important that he gets to see the scope of this extraordinary country and the incredible people who live here. And seeing this beautiful community of Nain is something that I'm really happy to be able to share with him. Ça me fait plaisir d'être accompagné de plusieurs de mes collègues en personne et en virtuel. Comme vous le savez, ce forum a été établi en 2017 pour nous permettre de travailler ensemble et échanger à propos de vos priorités. In 2017, we kicked this off in Iqaluit, and it's taken, I think, too long for us to do another meeting in person here in Inuit Nunangat. So being able to do it in Nunatsiavut, being able to look forward to doing it again in some beautiful part of the north in the coming years as well will be something I'm sure we'll talk about. In the lead up to today, I've reflected a lot on the progress that we've made since our first meeting of the Inuit-Crown Partnership in 2017. We've made an awful lot of progress together, and it is impacting in concrete and positive ways people across the north. But it is also having, and this is a credit to all of you leaders here, a really powerful impact on Indigenous people in the South as well. The way the Inuit leadership has shaped these meetings, has pushed and pulled on government to meet the level of ambition and hard work that you have laid forward, is not just about creating a concrete path forward for Inuit, it's also about showing how these conversations and these actions can build towards really concrete outcomes for people. And I know that Indigenous peoples across the south of Canada have been watching to see the tremendous advances that the ITK and this ICPC process have made with this government, including on things like the policy that has affected the way the whole of government is starting to look at the relationship with Inuit and the partnerships we need to build. But looking back over the first 5 years, even as we see that there's lots of positive steps, lots of positive progress, there is, of course, so much more to do. And I think we need to remain clear-eyed on the challenges that lay before us, and not just challenges in terms of outcomes, but lots more work to make sure we're really locking in the ways of working together and the path forward. We know that this journey of reconciliation that the entire country is on is one that is going to take years and decades, and in some aspects of it, generations. But it is necessary to set up the pathworks, the pathways, the frameworks, and the habits of work that allow us to actually move forward concretely over the coming many, many years. And that's so much of what work is being done. But in addition to looking back over the 5 years and how we've been driving the Inuit priorities forward, we'll be raising a number of important issues to discuss concretely that have a direct impact on people, like housing, like health and wellness, like the UN Declaration of the Rights of Indigenous People and how it gets implemented. Of course, talking about the historic Inuit-Nunangat policy that we moved forward on last year. Talk about language, revitalization. There's many concrete things I look forward to digging into. We're here to continue our commitment and obligation as partners, as a government, to meet regularly and continue these important conversations. Ensemble, on va continuer de faire avancer la réconciliation. Je veux vous remercier encore une fois de votre présence. There's a lot to discuss today, so I won't go on much longer so we can get started. But thank you in advance for all the work that we will do today and in the days and months and years to come together. Nakumik.